Now we turn to our exclusive special report, airing for the first time right now, reporting from my visit inside the White House as President Biden and his team prepped his first address to Congress. President Biden is about to deliver his first speech to Congress, and final preparations are underway at the White House, where we got a rare chance to report from behind the scenes of this address, with key staff prepping in the West Wing during the pandemic as others work remotely.
There's a huge amount of energy around tonight, around the building. Because of the pandemic, of course, we don't have the full staff on site that we would normally have in a normal year. But we've grown accustomed to, like everybody in the country who is doing, office jobs, we've grown accustomed to working by Zoom.
Communications Director Kate Bedingfield and Press Secretary Jen Psaki anticipate a speech that's historic for several reasons, including a nearly empty House chamber.
The empty room is about responsibility. Interacting with people is, for him, I think is a huge part of how he draws energy. So it is a challenge.
How do you convey energy through a speech like this to a room that is mostly empty because of safety protocol?
We've never experienced anything like this before. Neither of you, right? None of us have. He's going to do the walk down the aisle. He'll be wearing a mask. He'll take it off when he's speaking. There will, of course, be about 200 people in the audience. But it's not going to be the same size. And he knows he's speaking to the audience of millions of people watching at home, too.
Good afternoon.
Psaki is a familiar presence behind the podium, and she's been working on the big speech. How many drafts would you say have been through this computer of this speech?
A couple of new every day.
Several times a day?
Sometimes, yeah.
As the top spokesperson, Psaki has tapped into a familiar theme for anyone working with this president. Make it clear.
It takes an enormous amount of prep, an enormous amount of grappling through, is this the right language? A lot of it is listening to him talk. Does this sit with how he would talk about this, or is this how he would think about this?
How do you know when he likes a line? How does he engage with the process?
I can tell you how you know when he doesn't like a line.
How? The type of thing that he's most likely to strike is what?
An acronym. Don't give him an acronym. He does not want to see an acronym.
There will be no acronyms, I think we can confirm in this speech.
See, I told you.
And aides told us that kind of clarity takes time.
He started on a draft probably 2 weeks ago. He's been working on it almost every day with Mike Donilon.
Then he starts to go through drafts, line editing, asking for clarification, wanting more information.
He's more of a night owl. He really likes to work in the afternoon and the evening on speeches.
He's a details guy, and sometimes he wants to bring in a policy person and ask more questions about what more he can put in the speech. So that's the process. It speeds up on the way up to the speech.
All those edits aim for more than an eloquent address. This night is the centerpiece of an effort to pass another $2 trillion in spending. That's where Biden's economic team comes in, from Janet Yellen to progressive economist Heather Boushey on the President's Council of Economic Advisors, which sets the policy behind the address. What is the economic question that the president wants to answer here for the country?
President Biden's focus from the campaign through governing has been how is it that we can grow and support America's middle class? We also have a lot of room to raise taxes and really make sure that firms can't just hide their profits overseas, that everybody has to pay their fair share.
The speechwriter's strategy is to turn that economic plan into a crisp choice for a nation still battling the many costs of the pandemic. How can America afford the next round?
How could we not afford it, is how we answer it. The president looks at the country and he sees 10 million people still out of work. He sees the fact that we still have people dying every day of COVID. We've made a lot of progress, but part of what this speech is going to focus on is all the work we have ahead.
And Biden has seen his share of these addresses.
He served 36 years in the Senate. He's attended this speech as vice president for 8 years. Of anyone, he knows exactly what this opportunity is.
But this time, he's moving a few feet forward to center stage. And those 2 spots behind the president, the top officials in the line of succession, will be filled for the first time ever by 2 women, a historic moment that aides say Biden will formally mark on the big night. This speech is the first time that we'll see both those seats behind the president, which are the line of succession, filled by women.
It's about
what does that mean?
Frigging time, isn't it? Amazing. I think the president will certainly note that in his speech, as everyone watching at home will note as well. And you have a female Speaker of the House, you have a female Vice President. These are two of the most powerful people in our country. I have a daughter. I hope she'll look at that and see, wow, look at those two women behind the president sitting there. They're playing important roles, and hopefully it sends that message too.
It's a reminder that pandemic or not, these nights matter because the nation is watching, the stakes are high, and while the speech itself may finally be done, how America rebounds from this tough time and its future are yet to be written.
Madam Speaker!
The President of the United States!
Hey, I'm Ari Melber from MSNBC. You can see more of our videos right here, or better yet, subscribe to our YouTube channel below. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us, and we appreciate that.